They travel the world picking up rave reviews from stars on the way. They market aggressively. Even in Auckland near the venue, it's hard to avoid being told about the upcoming show.
So here it is, Shen Yun, performing right now at the Kiritikānua Centre. Why have you decided to speak to me about this?
I feel like it's important for people to know what this performance is really about, what's really hidden behind the curtains.
For years, Shen Yun was all this man knew. He shared his story with the Herald and made multiple confronting claims.
How long were you a dancer?
7 years for them. It was very demanding. I just feel like I'm basically tortured from 7 o'clock to 12 at night, daily for 7 years.
How so? How did you feel you were tortured?
There isn't any, well, first of all, there weren't any medical help at all. I did not see a doctor or a single pill of medicine whatsoever.
Did you get sick?
Yes, I got sick many times.
Were you allowed to see a doctor?
No.
You may not be familiar with Shen Yun, but they're a New York-based global dance group run by the religious movement Falun Gong. Their classical Chinese dance shows on the show in Auckland promise to transport you to a world of wonder, goodness and hope where Chinese culture before harsh communist rule is celebrated. But amid the hype, there's claims there's a darker side to the organisation, allegations which have initiated multiple investigations. One ex-dancer has taken a lawsuit against the group, alleging forced labour and trafficking. Shen Yun labelled this a coordinated attack orchestrated by the Chinese regime.
There wasn't any official breaks or public holidays. You weren't really paid. Sometimes they give out cash monthly, $100 to ranging from $100 to $500. They're using us as free labor. I think that is the definition of human trafficking.
Where does all that money end up? From the shows?
That's a good question. It's a question that you can never ask when you're up there.
Up there is Falun Gong's global headquarters at Dragon Springs, known as The Mountain, on the outskirts of New York City.
Because we live in a compound. We live in a compound that's fenced, it's gated. There's people with guns at the door. They say they're protecting us from CCP agents. And
Chinese Communist Party.
That's right.
It's where Shen Yun's dancers are trained before being deployed on stages around the world.
We stay there for many, many weeks until we travel for performances. Our passports get taken away since day one.
But Shen Yun's conductor and vice president Ying Chen told the Herald our source has presented a grossly distorted view of the organisation. She's confident the Chinese Communist Party's well-documented campaign to malign and silence us has led to these allegations. Our source denies this.
Are you an agent of the Chinese Communist Party?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
He claims there were other examples of controlling behaviour.
There were no phones, very little access to internet. Even if you call your parents, the head of the class would be sitting with you like you and I, and he'll be listening to our conversation, make sure that you say everything that you're supposed to say.
And he says those stepping out of line were publicly humiliated.
Were you ever yelled at, abused, told you're not doing enough?
What's the term called? Gaslighting? Daily, hourly even.
How? How would they gaslight you?
Like we're never good enough. We're never good enough. I'm always doing something wrong. I'm always not diligent. For example, I'll be performing in a show. As a principal dancer, my duties are very heavy. I will make maybe 1 or 2 mistakes, very small, and they will torture me on the bus. They'll take me in front of there's a tour bus, Shen Yun bus, where all the dancers sit in the bus, and then the company manager sits in front, She would call my name out. I'll be standing in the front of the bus, and she'll just scream at me for an entire hour in front of everybody.
On tour, he says he had minders who roomed with him.
No, they're also fellow dancers, but they have one more mission, is to keep me in check.
So they're just basically surveillance.
They are surveillance, not basically, they are.
The leader of Falun Gong is Master Li Hongji, who our source says also oversees the dance troupe.
Yeah, he has full power. He's the Jesus of the followers. You do what Jesus tells you to do. No questions asked.
Master Li has publicly stated he thinks aliens are poised to take over humankind and that he can see into the future. As a young boy, my source says he was led to believe Master Li was the epitome of kindness and leadership.
Your parents start educating you that Li Hongzhi, is the creator of the universe. It's only doing good for you.
Shen Yun's Ying Chen has hit back at other claims made by our source. She says a physician is on site weekly and dancers receive treatment for the full gamut of issues. Chen said passports are held for safekeeping by schools linked to Shen Yun, and those schools issue phones to students. Shen Yun dancers are elite performers who choose to make a high degree of spiritual and mental commitment. But she also pointed out that on most days, performers are given at least 10 to 12 hours of rest on tour. The organisation has salaried, professional and student dancers. All travel expenses, including hotels and food, are covered. She admits Shen Yun is not for everyone, and there have been a small number of individuals who grew resentful. Ying Chen says while the organisation has grown into a global phenomenon, we realise we are not perfect, and seeking ways to improve the lives of our artists is vital to the organisation.